Did you know that many widely held beliefs about the economy are actually proven to be false? We are constantly told that the rich only get richer by making the poor poorer, or that government programs always help the people they are intended to support. But what if the actual data tells a completely different story? In the book, Economic Facts and Fallacies, the economist Thomas Sowell takes on some of the biggest myths in our society. He argues that many economic policies fail because they are based on fallacies that sound good but do not work in reality. One common myth is the zero-sum fallacy. This is the idea that if one person makes a lot of money, they must have taken it from someone else. Sowell explains that wealth is actually created. When voluntary trade happens, both sides benefit and the total amount of wealth in society grows. He also tackles the controversial topic of the gender wage gap. We often hear that women are paid less than men for the exact same work. However, Sowell points out that when you adjust for factors like education, experience, and continuous years in the workforce, the gap shrinks or disappears. Much of the difference is driven by personal choices rather than discrimination. Another major issue is housing. Politicians often try to fix high prices with rent control, but Sowell shows that these controls actually reduce the supply of housing, making it harder for people to find a place to live. Have you ever wondered why so many government programs seem to make problems worse instead of better? It often feels like the people in charge are living in a completely different reality. According to the economist Thomas Sowell, in his book, The Vision of the Anointed, that is exactly what is happening. Sowell argues that there is a group of elites in our society who believe they are morally and intellectually superior to everyone else. He calls them the anointed. These people think they have the special wisdom to fix all of society's problems. They believe that for every issue, there is a perfect solution waiting to be implemented from the top down. But Sowell points out a huge problem with this way of thinking. Real life is not about perfect solutions. It is about trade-offs. Every choice has a cost, but the anointed ignore these costs. They fall in love with their beautiful theories and ignore the ugly facts. When their policies fail and cause more poverty or crime, they do not admit they were wrong. Instead, they blame society or claim they just did not spend enough money. They use words like crisis to scare people into giving them more power. They rely on what Sowell calls fantasy to protect their ego. They care more about looking like the good guys than actually doing good. They replace evidence with their own self-righteousness. This book explains why so many experts keep getting it wrong. They are not looking at the world as it is. They are looking at a vision of how they wish it was, and we are